questions.
Yeah, popped up on the injured report, a little unexpected, given he practiced fully on Wednesday. What happened there, and what are the chances he's good to go by Sunday?
Yeah, he just had a little bit of a strain. Don't know. We'll know more today. He was out and walked through, so we'll see what he looks like out here.
You did add a tight end to the practice squad this week that maybe has a little bit of a similar skill set style. Is he equipped to be elevated if you need him? Has he got enough time with you to fill that role?
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that, has played in this league, has done a number of different jobs, I remember when he was at Tennessee for a while, so he's got receiving ability. He can do a little bit of the dirty work, fullback. So, yeah, I think he's somebody that can get up to speed pretty quick if needed.
You've had kind of a string of midweek injuries. Is there any, underlying cause to that happening during practice? Is there anything you're adjusting because of that?
Nope. It's just nature the way it is. We backed off this week, so if anything, maybe we need to go harder. So maybe that's part of it.
Is that the dance you're always working through, Dan? Just how much to push guys to make sure they're ready for Sunday, and how much to lay off to make sure they're ready for Sunday?
Yeah, there's always a balance. There's always a balance. And you do the best you can with it, and inevitably it's still, it's a tough game, and things pop up, and you manage them the best that you can, and then there again, man, your next guy's got to be ready to go.
How about on the offensive line? Kind of a little bit of a revolving door with personnel there. What do you do with Jonah if he can't play?
What do we do with it?
Yeah. What do you do if he can't play? And what does that mean for the line if he can't?
Well, there again, we've got guys in this building we trust. Vitai's had a pretty good week of practice. Certainly, we know what Graham brings to the table for us. Yode's gotten better. So, we've got options. Skip's back, ready to go. So we've got a couple of different scenarios, situations that we can go through here, and we've kind of rolled through them. So we feel good, though.
You guys have dealt with a ton in the secondary so far, like injury-wise and whatnot. What sort of steadying force is Cam Sutton been for you back there?
He's been great. I think that's just what it is. It's just he's been a steady, reliable piece for us, and that on the back end with the way everybody's growing on the front end, and having Tracy and Kirby. Jerry's been doing a good job. He's somebody that you don't have to worry about him handling his business. You don't have to worry about if he's going to be in the right position, or mental errors aren't going to show up with this guy. It's just he's just dependable, and he's no different than any other player. It doesn't mean it's going to be perfect, but he's always going to strive to be perfect, and we know exactly what he is. I know exactly what he is, and that gives me comfort.
One of the things that's kind of defined this Tampa Bay offense and Baker's resurgence is just his willingness to take what the defense gives him and play smart football. When you're facing an offense like that just is playing smart and willing to take those checkdowns, what is the important thing to do on defense to maybe take a team like that out of its rhythm?
Well, I think it's continue, just like they're being patient, we have to be patient. Continue to give him the check down, Everything's top down. He wants the check down good. And then we got to rally, we got to vice tackle, we got to get a ball out. And so the longer these drives go, I think it really, in some degree, can fall into the favor of the defense. You start getting into some long ones, that's where you have the ability to get one out. So you can't get frustrated. You can't worry about it. They get a first down, they get a 5-yarder, they get a 6-yarder. Just keep playing every play, man. And it could be play 14 on the 10-yard line going in that we get one out or we get an interception. I think that's the most important thing with an opponent like this, and the way Baker's playing, the way that they're playing the game right now when they win.
We talked about Vita Vea earlier in the week. It sounds like Elijah Kansey might be back this week too. It's somebody who just went through the draft cycle. What does he bring to that mix? He's got some spark, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a total different 1-2 punch, So with Vita in there, man, the ability to push the pocket is I mean, he's got that and then some. So he can get an edge, he can push it. He's a hard guy to slow down. And this Cansey, when he was coming out, had really this dynamic rush ability, really quick first step, explosive athlete. Certainly doesn't have the length or size as somebody like Vita, not that everybody does. So it's a total different, it's a change up, and a guy like that on your guards, we got to be really good, man. We got to be good with our sets, and so it does. It brings. They're already a pretty good rush team, and it brings another element inside that we got to deal with.
It's going to be weather's going to be in the 80s there. Did you guys do anything to prepare for the heat this week? I don't know if that's a concern at all.
No, I think we'll we talked about it, and certainly hydration has been big just because it will be warmer, and I don't feel like it's going to be hot, but it certainly will be warmer. I think we'll be good. I'm not real concerned about it.
One of the best third down passing teams in the league. What do you see there in terms of why they've been so successful at moving the chains?
Yeah, I would say this because they are staying in third and manageable, and the one game that they weren't really able to get in those less than third and sixes was really Philly, and that made it a little bit harder, and it would on any offense. I mean, that's the same thing we talk about, being efficient on first, second down so that the third downs are very manageable. And that's, I feel like they've had a lot of those third and manageables, and I mean, between Evans and Godwin, they're finding creative ways to get those guys open, and Baker's making those throws, and moving the chains. And then they'll run it too. They run it some on those downs. So that's where they've been good.
In that Philly game, the Eagles were kind of able to disrupt them with that interior pass rush. Do you kind of see a little bit of a blueprint for how you can maybe attack, or do you have an idea of maybe how they'll try to stop you?
Yeah, look, I think there's definitely a blueprint, but that means you got to get them in long situations, and that's where, I mean, I think honestly we got to be really good on first down, That's a lot of those. The first down leads to the second long, and then you get into the third and long. So I think the base down efficiency is where, we got to get some TFLs, we got to get some incompletions, we got to stop the run, and that'll go a long way for us. Because, we do that, then now you feel like you can open up your rush plan a little bit, and we can go to work. But if you don't, it's going to be tough. It's tough to get them off the field.
Since we're getting Brunel here shortly, just where is Hendon Hooker at in his rehab, and how soon do you think he can be back on the field?
He's doing well. He's progressing very well. I would say he's certainly there's no setback. He's doing well. I can't really give you a true timetable right now, but he's doing good.
Still
doing good.
This year, though, I mean, he's
Yeah.
expected to be
Yeah, still hopeful, but there's a lot that can happen between now and, okay, is it time to pull him up? Is it not? I mean, you never know what can happen with his roster between now and then. So, but he's doing good.
Seen a lot of guys working with trainers on the side at practice. Do you expect to maybe get Gibbs or any of those other guys?
No, I would say they're all doing better. Gibbs had a really good day 2 days ago. And then we kind of gave him a breather yesterday. So he's doing good. Branch is getting better. But I can't say right now with any certainty whether we'll have them this week.
Just curious, the practice schedule, you always move Friday's practice indoors. I was just wondering what the
We'll go
philosophy.
outdoors today.
You're going outdoors?
Yeah, since we're playing out on grass. But normally, I'll tell you why, because I just think it's a better teaching environment, and it's a little bit faster surface, and we're not out there long. And so normally, ultimately we do it at home because we got the turf, so I want them on the turf. But we'll go outside today since we're playing on grass.